Derry is back, and this time it doesn't feel like a story anymore. It feels like the town is alive, like it's watching, like it's waiting for you to look away for just 1 second. And what if I told you Season 2 doesn't just bring back fear? It brings back answers we were never supposed to find? Because the real horror in Welcome to Derry isn't Pennywise showing up. It's what the town hides when Pennywise isn't there. Derry looks normal at first. Quiet streets, old houses, kids riding bikes, and people pretending everything is fine. But that's the trick. Derry always looks fine on the outside. It smiles at you like a friendly town. And then it pulls you in, slowly, without you noticing. In IT, Welcome to Derry Season 2, that same feeling returns like the town itself is a cage. The air feels heavier. The shadows feel longer. And even the silence feels wrong. Like something is hiding inside it. Season 2 doesn't waste time trying to be bigger just for the sake of it. Instead, it becomes deeper, darker. It feels more personal. Like the story is not only about scary things happening, but about why they happen again and again. This season makes one thing clear right away. Pennywise is not just a monster who shows up for fun. He is part of something old. Something that has been feeding in Derry for a long time. And the worst part is, the people in Derry may not be as innocent as they seem. In the very first moments, the show throws you into tension. You don't get time to relax. You feel like you're standing near a sewer opening, listening for a sound that might never come but you know it will. Season 2 also hints that the evil in Derry is spreading in new ways. It's not only in the sewer anymore. It's in homes. It's in memories. It's in the way adults look away when kids are scared. And it's in the history that the town keeps buried like a secret. This is where Season 2 becomes more than just a horror show. It feels like a warning. Like Derry is saying, you thought you understood me, but you don't. And as we start this breakdown, remember one thing. The scariest moments are not always the ones where Pennywise appears. Sometimes the scariest moments are the ones where nobody helps. Because in Derry, fear isn't just something you feel. Fear is something the town teaches you. Season 2 feels like the show finally knows what kind of horror it wants to be. It's not trying to shock you every 5 minutes. It's trying to trap you in a mood. A slow fear that stays with you even after the episode ends. And that's what makes this season stronger than you expect. The scary moments don't only come from monsters or blood. They come from quiet scenes where someone hears a sound, looks behind them, and nothing is there. But the fear still grows. That kind of horror is harder to escape because it feels real. One thing Season 2 does really well is building tension without rushing. The story gives space for characters to breathe, and that makes their fear feel more true. You start to care about them, so when something bad happens, it actually hurts. The show also improves its dark atmosphere. The lighting feels colder, the streets feel emptier, and even daytime scenes feel unsafe. It's like Derry has a shadow on it that never fully leaves. That's not easy to create, but Season 2 nails it. The characters also feel more layered this time. Instead of just being the scared kids, they feel like people with real problems. Some are dealing with loss, some with guilt, and some with anger that they don't know how to control. And the best part is, the show uses those emotions as part of the horror. The evil doesn't just scare them. It pushes on their weak spots. It finds the thing they're hiding inside, and it turns that into pain. That makes Pennywise, or whatever is behind him, feel smarter and more cruel. But Season 2 is not perfect. There are moments where the story slows down too much and you can feel it. A few scenes repeat the same idea, like the show wants to stretch time instead of moving the plot forward. Also, some side characters don't get enough focus, so their actions feel sudden later. It doesn't ruin the season, but it does make a few parts feel less strong. Still, the biggest win of Season 2 is how it makes Derry feel like the real monster. Pennywise is terrifying, yes, but the town is worse. Because the town lets it happen. The town forgets. The town stays quiet, and that silence becomes part of the evil. Season 2 doesn't just scare you, it makes you think, what if the world around us is the reason monsters survive? Season 2 is not just telling a scary story. It's building a bigger puzzle, and every episode drops small pieces that connect to something older and darker. On the surface, the plot feels simple. Strange things return. People disappear, and fear starts spreading through Derry again. But under that surface, the show is showing us how Derry works. Not like a normal town, but like a machine that turns fear into food. This season makes it clear that Pennywise is not alone. He is not just a clown hiding in the sewer. He is part of a cycle. A pattern that repeats every time the town reaches a breaking point. And the scary part is, it's not always Pennywise who starts it. Sometimes the evil wakes up because the town itself is ready for it. Like Derry sends a signal and the darkness answers back, a big part of Season 2 focuses on the past. Old photos, old reports, old rumors that people refuse to talk about. And every time a character tries to dig deeper, they run into the same wall: adults who act confused, police who ignore clues, and families who say, "Stop asking questions." That is a key theme here. Derry doesn't just hide evil, it protects it. Not because the people love Pennywise, but because forgetting is easier than facing the truth. There are also hidden clues that connect to the bigger IT story. The show uses repeated symbols to hint that this is bigger than one monster. You see signs like circles, storm drains, red shapes in the background, and even small mentions of events that sound like the tragedies from the old timeline. These are not random details. They are the show quietly telling us. The same nightmare has been happening for generations. The most interesting part is how the fear changes. In earlier stories, fear was personal kids afraid of things they imagined. But in Season 2, the fear becomes wider. It spreads through groups, it moves through neighborhoods, and it feels like the whole town is infected. That suggests something important. The evil is evolving. It is learning new ways to feed. It doesn't only need children anymore. It needs control. And then there's the biggest question: is Pennywise the main villain, or just the face of something deeper? Season 2 keeps hinting that Pennywise may be a tool, a mask, or a servant of something that lives beneath Derry, something ancient, something that doesn't care about one town, but uses Derry as its favorite hunting ground. And once you notice that, you realize the truth. Derry is not haunted. Derry is owned. The ending of Season 2 doesn't feel like a finish. It feels like a door opening, the kind of ending where you don't breathe out. You hold your breath because you realize the real danger is still coming. The final episodes push everything into one message. Derry isn't trying to survive the evil. Derry is built around it. And the last scenes make it clear that Pennywise is not the only reason this town keeps bleeding. By the end, we see characters finally understand the truth they've been running from. They learn that fear is not random in Derry, it's planned. It's guided. It's like someone or something has been shaping the town's history for decades. Every tragedy, every missing person, every accident, it all fits into a pattern. And once the characters see the pattern, the show hits us with the most terrifying idea: the cycle is not broken. It's getting stronger. One of the most important parts of the ending is how the show uses silence. There's no big victory moment. No clear, we defeated the monster. Instead, it gives us a quiet warning. The evil doesn't explode. It sinks back down like it's resting, like it's smiling in the dark, knowing it has time. That's why the ending works. It doesn't try to be loud. It tries to be haunting. It leaves you with the feeling that the town will keep pretending everything is okay, and that pretending is exactly what the evil needs. The final scene also suggests that Pennywise may be changing. We don't just see a return, we see signs of growth, like the entity is learning from what happened. The fear in Derry is becoming more organized, more focused, almost like it's preparing for something bigger. That could mean Season 3 will not only be about survival, but about war. A fight not just against Pennywise, but against the full truth of what Derry really is. Now, here are the strongest Season 3 setups the ending hints at. First, the next group of kids may not be random. The show seems to suggest they are being chosen. Second, the adults may finally become part of the story in a bigger way, either as victims or as people who have been hiding the truth all along. Third, we may finally learn what is under Derry and why this place became the perfect feeding ground. Because in the end, Season 2 tells us something chilling. Pennywise doesn't just live in Derry. Derry lives for Pennywise. And if the town keeps forgetting, the evil will never stop coming back.